So the question is, to sort of look at the pros and I guess cons of the LMX theory, which focuses on sort of the, I guess, interactions and different relationships, specifically between the leader as well as then looking at their subordinates, and pretty much it characterizes between two sets of groups amongst the subordinates. One's the very in group, and then you have the out group. In group being the ones that are very close to the leader, kind of have a more personal relationship than just boss and subordinate. They also work hard, I guess, and sort of do more than just what they're meant to be doing. And being part of that sort of inner circle, I guess, with the leader being the sort of center of power. And then around that, you have the out group. Again, that group is not to say that they're any worse in terms of and left out. It's just that they are those type of people that do what they need to do, sort of 9 to 5, or just there kind of to be there, get the job done, get out. I guess that's the idea, and not very much kind of more formal with the leader and I guess people in the in group. So the leader member exchange theory is practically there to kind of take knowledge of that sort of that situation, because having those two different split groups means that you have a group that's essentially weaker and not pulling their weight pretty much. So that's already a huge cost. So how do we change that? And the idea is to switch the positions and see how we can subtract more from that. Obviously, those individuals that are in the out group. Huge advantages of that model is, of course, that first of all, you need to obviously find out who these people are. So already identify key individuals where you need that improvement for sure. And the idea is to explore what their motivations are and what their drive is, because without that, you're not going to be able to trigger them to do more than, just the basics really. And to be able to create a more sort of a solid partnership, create more of a loyalty, and the idea is to just reduce, I guess, employee turnaround, create motivation, create a work environment where people want to work in, because that's when you really, when they will do 150%, and that's when your business will actually get more and essentially, I think, make more money if people pull their weight. Now, it's a huge thing where I guess it lies a lot on building relationships, making people feel more involved, finding out more about their drives and their motivations and their surroundings, what their social exchanges are, how much time they have, and if it's really just them not being good, or I guess a bit lazy, I suppose, or if there's maybe something else. There's a huge, I guess, advantages of using that type of model. It's very practical. It's very easy, I think, to implement or to try out and observe in any organization. Definitely provides good reason, and for there's a huge reason why all employees shouldn't be performing at the same level. Be equal, I guess. And it's a very good way of sort of integrating everybody and making sure that it's hard to say, I guess, unless, because I've seen it at work, so I know how it feels. And motivation, enjoyment at the workplace, feeling all part of something is a huge motivator. Now, the only problem is, obviously, I think there's definitely some big cons. I don't think the theory takes into part a lot of other factors that involve in, you can't be spending time helping everybody. In essence, it's just something little, and it's only there if people want to also kind of do it. it doesn't mean anything if people don't actually want to take part in something like this at work. I've seen it, it doesn't work, and they go back to normal within 5 minutes and just go and do the same thing over and over again, and then you've just actually wasted a lot of time and effort doing something like this when you probably could have kept doing work. It also doesn't really take into consideration that there are just different types of individuals, different types of leaders and personalities which just aren't made to do what I guess the in-group does, because they do it naturally. It just comes natural to them, and you do kind of have to bear in mind that motivation, drive is something that comes from within you. So there's only so much, I think, that you can try and do before I think you fail. So I think in theory, and definitely something very easy to implement in practice, I don't think that the results will always be 150% work, I guess, on everybody. But I think it certainly will work on one or two, especially in the newer stages of when I think they're just like starting out. I think with the company, I think in the first few years, I think might make more of a difference. But yeah, anyway, thank you so much. Bye.